So how was the workout today for you? How do you think it went?
It went well. I shot the ball well. Obviously, it was tough competing against Sherna and Chris Joseph, but I felt like it was a good showing.
Can you give us an idea what kind of drills they put you through and some of the tests they gave you?
We just warmed up with some shooting. Just did a lot of pull-ups, a lot of skill work coming off curls, pin downs, fades, just different stuff to try to see our footwork, and then we put a little one-on-one and kind of transition drills.
Obviously this team needs a wing player who can shoot the ball. Your thoughts on where you could fit in with this team if they take you?
I feel like I'd fit it right in. I mean, obviously, you got John, who's a good playmaker, extremely quick. He can get guys open shots. And then, with the addition of Danae, I think that helped the team mature a lot. So I feel like I'd fit in nicely and help with perimeter shooting.
How much does your comfort level change from an interview, maybe in Chicago, to this with a team like the Wizards? Do you feel like you're learning more about them just as they're learning more about you?
Yeah, it's always good to come see a team, obviously in their own environment. Chicago, it's in a hotel room, so it's kind of awkward. But it's nice to be able to come here, see their facilities, see their coaching staff, and just kind of see how they do things.
Your range in terms of the draft seems to be kind of all over the place. What are you hearing from your agent or from the team that you're talking with?
Anywhere from 2 to 14. Because a lot of teams talk about moving up, so you can't work out for enough teams and just try to get as many as you can in the last 9 days.
How many teams have you worked out for so far?
I've worked out for Toronto, Cleveland, here, and then I got a few more left.
How was the workout in Cleveland? I know you went up against Bradley Beal in that workout.
It was long, about at least 2.5, so I'm still a little sore from that. But it was a great workout. We both competed.
How do you think you match up with John Wall if you were to be his teammate?
I feel like it'd be, a good running mate. Obviously, John, he's very quick, very explosive. He can get to the rim, so I feel like he can definitely draw people in, and I can be the outside threat to keep people honest.
What is your personal relationship with John, and what are your thoughts on his game?
We just kind of know each other through the circuit. We're not close friends, but obviously I know he's working very hard in his game. I know he's out in LA working on his game right now.
Can you talk a little bit about Sharna and kind of what he brings to the table?
Kid can flat out shoot the ball. I think that's something that goes without saying. Obviously, he's very skilled. He's definitely worked a lot on putting the ball on the floor, and he's a very good player.
How do you compare the pressure that you're under now versus the pressure that you were under, at North Carolina?
Well, there's not really any pressure now. Obviously, when we went to UNC, there's a lot of expectations put on our recruiting class, but coming not to the NBA draft, it's not really in my control. It's another team. So, I just go and audition and try to be as professional as possible.
Is that sort of a relief for you?
Yeah. I just, it's pretty casual for me. I don't have any control over it, so I just try to go do the best I can.
How do you feel going through that criticism at North Carolina over the last 2 years has prepared you to the scrutiny that you're going to receive as a lottery pick in the NBA?
It is what it is. That's people's jobs, critique people, and, I just happen to get a fair amount of that.
Do you think criticisms that exist in terms of your play and the team's play during the NCAA tournament, especially when Kendall went out, do you think any of those were fair, or what was your take when people sort of question kind of how things went on during the tournament?
It is what it is. Obviously that's behind us now. You can't dwell on it, but at the time, you have to continue to work, continue to play, because we had an opportunity to potentially go to the Final Four.
What kind of advice have people been giving you going through this draft process?
Take care of your body. Flying from different city to city and doing different kind of workouts. Here it was about an hour and a half, and Toronto was an hour, and Cleveland was 2.5 at least. So, just taking care of your body and try to be as fresh as possible.
People have talked about the measurements and how you measured out at the combine. Did you get a chance to look at those numbers? Did you feel like you surprised people or showed people what you already knew about yourself?
Yeah, a lot of teams didn't believe that, so I had to, keep doing them every place I've been so far. So that's been fun to try to validate those numbers. But I just try to go out there and just compete. Regardless of the numbers are favorable or unfavorable to you, just continue to go out there and compete.
Do you think your personality, teams may look at that the wrong way because you're just so kind of a matter of fact with things and just go with the flow? Do they want to see something more out of you? Have you heard in interviews?
No, I'm a straight shooter. Obviously, I don't really sugarcoat things, so I just let people know how I feel about everything. So hopefully they appreciate that, and if not, you have to drop.
Considering there was so much talent on the team last year, you guys have 4 guys who could get picked in the top 20 or so. Is it possible, what parts of your game maybe have we not seen that you're wanting to show the NBA teams that you maybe didn't get a chance to show as much during Carolina days?
Well, the NBA, I mean, it's obviously designed for more isolation basketball. You know, obviously defense at 3 seconds. People can't just pack it in. So I'm hoping that I can just, show that, I've been working on my ability to put it on the ground a little bit, get to the basket, and create shots.
So you tweeted that you went to the Smithsonian. What museums did you visit, and your thoughts on D.C.? Yeah,
I went to the, I was staying at the Monaco, so I walked across the street to the Portrait Gallery. Then I walked down to the National Art Museum. And then later that night, I went to Lincoln and MLK, so I got a nice little view of the city.